you can start working with the properties themselves. So we'll be using 20 of Johannesburg North as an example. So you just click on Earth 20 and you will find the land parcel information, or a summary of all the land parcel information. And so we'll be spending time on this screen a little bit with the purpose of showing you some of the tools that are available. Okay, so the first is I'm going to just run and explain through this. The information on the screen is essentially sourced from LIS and the SAP data, as well as some valuation information. And so you'll notice there's the address information for you, there's the SG's 21-digit code, there's obviously the municipality, the township it's in, the suburb from the billing system side, the centroid of the property, whether it's a sectional title or not, the various extents that we have sourced, and both from the title deed side and from the cadastre side. You have your property ID, unit key, premise ID. Those are all your LIS keys that are displayed for you. It tells you whether it's remained or not, what its status is. In this case, it's registered. On the right-hand side, it gives you the zoning as we got it out of LIS. There's space for zoning from the billing system from SAP as well, but we don't get that data currently. We also don't get the ward data currently. And so as soon as that data is available, if we can source it out of your SAP data, we'll populate these fields. And then what it essentially then tells you is, in terms of the sources, that this is a registered property. It occurs in the deeds office, it's surveyed, it's in the Surveyor General's office, and in your billing system. So it just gives you an idea of where those have come from. So if you then start scrolling down, you will start seeing more information, and listed in various sections like this. Okay. The first thing is, if you don't like sections and you rather want to use a tab view, right at the top you can click on layout, and it's a toggle button. If you click on layout, you will notice that you don't have all the sections anymore. They're now in little tabs for you that you can click on like this. This is purely user preference. If you like tabs, you use it. If you don't like tabs, you just click on the layout again, and then it toggles back to the other view. Okay, you want to try that? Yeah. So it's totally preference. It doesn't really matter which one you use. Okay. Okay. So as you scroll down, you will see link documentation. We will touch on that a little bit later. If there is one linked document currently, you can just click on the little triangle on the left, and that will pop open a linked document for you. And that's an Excel spreadsheet that was uploaded on the 16th. We'll explain some of that. There will be comments that we'll be making, tasks that we will be discussing. There's the title deed data, both in black, the current owner, and then the seller, the historical owner. Any linked financial accounts. The properties that are linked. So in this case, it's obviously unit 0. This property does not have sectional titles. If they had sectional titles, the units would be listed here, and then in which valuation projects this property occurs. Okay, so it gives you, it's essentially the land parcel view is a container for a whole lot of data. Okay, from here you can just branch out and click on any of those, and you'll find more information, and we'll touch on that for you shortly. The first thing I want to show you now is that you can go, and on the bottom right hand corner, if you want to see what this property looks like, you click on Google Street View, and that will pop up a Street View screen for you, which we all familiar with. And you can navigate and drive around the neighborhood, and we all have worked with this before. So and it will drop a little place mark for you on the center point of the property in question. Okay, so this one, a lot of trees, can't really see much. Yeah. Okay. So there's another tool just above it called Google Map View. So if you click on there, it pops up again a little third-party screen with the Google Streets on it for you. Get a bit of more of a map view like this. You can click on the minus sign to zoom out, get a bit of context. Obviously the plus sign goes in, or you can use your mouse to just move around. Okay. You can also click on the satellite button, and that will pop the Google satellite view or the satellite imagery in for you, okay, which you can then obviously zoom in and zoom out as well. If you want to use the street view from here, you can also drag the yellow money key and just drag it in, and this is the way, and there you go. We're all familiar with this. I think we've all used this before, eh? Yeah. So the benefit here is that you have that now tightly integrated into the application. You can easily access that. In addition to this, you also have the city's oblique imagery available. So if you click on the CoJ oblique button, it will again pop up a third-party a screen for you on top, and that will open up your oblique viewer that you use in the city, and it will then zoom to the location of the property. So you need to go in, there's the property in question, we have to zoom in. As you zoom in, then your views will adjust on the side. Okay. This is obviously serving straight out of your own oblique viewer, so we just plug straight into that for you. There you go, and you can have an idea of, as you move your mouse, then the various views come up, and as you zoom closer in, you will be able to see the north, south, east view of that specific property. I assume you all use this internally as well, quite a bit, yeah? Okay, so yeah, you just have the benefit of being able to access it for the property that you're looking for. Okay, everybody comfortable with that? Yo, there's silence in the room. I love it. That's good. Awesome. Okay. So if I'm going too slow, you are more than welcome to hurry me up. If I'm going too fast, you can just say, please pause a little bit. Okay, so the next one I want to show you, again on the spatial side, right at the top, you've got a display GIS. So you can click on display GIS, and that will zoom you in to, or open up a GIS screen for you. Depending on what you have in the background, I currently have OpenStreetMaps, which is very much the same as Google Streets, just the open source version. You should see what I'm currently seeing, and so that will zoom you to the property and also highlight where it's located. So this is the built-in GIS application that you have available. And we'll be spending a little bit more time on it. Maybe a couple of things that I want to highlight for you. The first one is you can change the background here. So if you right at the top, you can click on the arrow, and there's 2 or 3 other backgrounds. Your aerial photography is the top one, and you can select the aerial photography, and your 2019 photography will now drop in as a background image for you. Okay. Your 2023 data will also be served here as soon as we can get access to that. Okay. Okay. Good. What you can also do here from your GIS viewer, and we'll be introducing you slowly to more functionality in the GIS viewer, but for now, if you click on any other earth on the side, say of your selected property, you will get a summary of the property information for that property. So you can choose any of the properties to the side, and as you select it, you get a sort of a quick view of the data on the right hand side. So that will just provide you with the info in terms of the suburb, the property that you're clicking on, the extent, the property ID, unit key, all that land parcel information just summarized, but added to that the title deed, who the owner is, the current valuation category, and if I zoom in a little bit, and the current value of that property. In other words, the latest valuation. Okay. So it allows you to very quickly get a bit of a summary of the surrounding properties. Okay, so what I want you to do now is just to click on the return button to jump back to our 20 of Johannesburg. Okay. Everybody keeping up? Is my pace fine? Good. Okay, so some other stuff that you can do, or maybe before I go there. Firstly, if you see the GIS button anywhere in the application, it will do exactly what it did now. It will zoom you to the property or the item that you have selected. Okay, so these are generic tools that do the same thing right throughout Ovio. So, and you'll see that a bit later, whether you, on a title deed information, if there's a GIS button, you click on it and it takes you to the property. The same applies to the print button. So you've got this information now. If you want to print, a print will generate a PDF for you, and once you click print, you'll see there's a default. It will highlight the various sections for which information is available and selected, and you can click on the print button and that will pop up a PDF for you like this. With the summary of the information on available sort of on a very simple one-pager. If you can maybe do that, and just be aware that your pop-up blocker might be blocking you, so just make sure that you switch off your pop-up blocker. And so once you've completed the print, you can just click on return and it will pop you back to the information. So everywhere in Ovio where there's a print button, it will generate a PDF for you. The next one, which does pretty much the same except that it exports an Excel spreadsheet for you, is the export button. Just below print, you can click on export. Again, it will highlight all the sections for which information is available. You can tick or untick these. So if there's specific bits of information that you don't want to see on the export, you can go and remove them if you want to. And you can click export, and that will then do a download for you of the Excel. And if you can open the Excel, you will see that all the available information then is done in a Excel type format for you. Obviously, because it's an Excel, there's no limitation on the amount of data I can download or put. It's not like a printed report that you have to squeeze everything into a page. You will get everything that is available for that specific record. Okay.
Can I just ask a question, please?
Yeah.
This Excel.
Yes.
If you want to add something, can you add on your own?
Yeah, so that Excel is yours. You know, once you've downloaded it, is that what you're asking? Once, yes, then it's you do with it whatever you want. Yes. The idea is just that the whole principle is that whatever is in the application, you are able to get out, and then you can do with it whatever you need to. Okay. Okay. Goed, allemaal daarbij. Cool. Cool. Good. So you can view, we've searched now for a property, we got to a property, we have looked at what it looks like with the Google and the oblique imagery. You find it on a GIS, you can print the summary information, you can export, and so this is all data that you're getting down from the application.